You don't throw punches, man. He said it ain't about how many, it's about the right time. Well, there was no right time against Pacquiao.
Entitled you to just walk back in after 6 years and get a number 4 ranking with the WBC and fight for a world title. What about all the other guys that are waiting around? It's wrong. We seen Manny Pacquiao fight.
Stephen A. Smith challenges Manny Pacquiao about his return to boxing at 46 years old. He thinks Manny is past his prime and says the fight shouldn't happen now. According to him, throwing punches at that age is risky and will likely lead to a knockout due to declining physical skills.
I really, really do. And you got to remember, when you get up there in age, I mean, when you go down like that, there's a lot of collateral damage that could potentially come.
Bad veteran analysts across the sport are raising serious concerns about Manny Pacquiao's choice to return at 46 years old to face an active, younger contender like Mario Barrios after having spent 5 years away from the ring. Pacquiao's reflexes, endurance, and punch resistance are naturally reduced. Medical workers familiar with combat sports warned that fighters at this age are more susceptible to head trauma, brain injury, and slower recovery from blows. Unlike a staged event or a demonstration, this is a real-world title fight. The physical toll from such a matchup could carry irreversible damage, especially for a legend whose body has already suffered decades of punishment inside the ring. If you like this, please subscribe Punch Vista and click the bell icon for more latest and interesting videos.
Because what's the worst case scenario? Someone gets seriously hurt. Someone has like life-altering injuries, and that could happen in boxing. We've seen this. Manny Pacquiao isn't immune to this. He's been knocked out. He's been hit. He's not Floyd, who has been hardly hit. Like, he's been knocked out cold. I thought when he got knocked out by Marquez, I thought he died. It was that scary. Yeah. Remember that one? So
I do.
Ultimately, I'm most surprised that if it hasn't been officially announced, if it lands in Nevada or California, I'll be very surprised and dare I say disappointed.
Ricky Hatton, once a champion in his own right, seems surprised rather than inspired by Pacquiao's return. Reflecting on the volatility of modern boxing, Hatton questioned the wisdom of going straight into a title fight without any tune-up bouts or gradual re-entry. According to Hatton, the unpredictability of today's matchups makes this return even more risky, though he showed respect for Pacquiao's achievements. His comments showed a deeper concern that this decision could be driven by external pressures, rather than competitive hunger.
WBC title, a number of years out of the ring, what do you make of it?
Well, one, I hope he doesn't get hurt. I think there's every chance he could do. Secondly, I think how has he got to a world title shot, 5th in the world, imagine if he was number 1 and 2 in the division and trained all your life to get there, and then Manny comes in after being retired 5 years or whatever it is, and goes into number 5 in the division. Boxing these days.
While much of the conversation focuses on Pacquiao, a rising number of critics are also scrutinizing Mario Barrios. Facing someone 17 years older who's been out of the sport for half a decade has raised ethical issues. Analysts say that this is not a test of skill, but a strategic mismatch. Barrios could have chosen opponents who are current prime fighters within his division. Defeating Pacquiao in this context offers little in terms of prestige or ranking credibility.
Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao are in talks for the WBC welterweight title fight. They want to do it in Vegas. Pacquiao's 45 and hasn't competed since August 2021 in a decision loss. Mario Barrios is definitely trying to stat pad at this point. In a stacked welterweight division, you can fight Crawford. If you don't want to fight someone who's coming off a W, fight Spence Jr. Go fight Jaron or Stanius, Fight one of the top 4 fighters. You're ranked top 5 and you want to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's stat padding. That shouldn't even count as a win. And I love Manny Pacquiao, but I mean, in his prime, he would definitely beat Mario Barrios, but it's past his prime. Hasn't fought in 3 years, is 45 years old. It's time to hang it up, bud. I will say, though, if he somehow miracle pulls it off, it'll be the greatest win, I think, in my opinion.
Shane Mosley recognized Manny Pacquiao's legacy as one of the sport's most decorated icons. He praised his courage, endurance, and the legendary career that has inspired millions, but Mosley didn't shy away from pointing out the biological truth. Fighters can't escape the effect of aging. Speed, timing, and stamina deteriorate, often without notice. In his own experience, Mosley said age doesn't just slow a fighter. It changes how they respond under pressure.
Manny Pacquiao coming inducted into the Hall of Fame next month.
Nice. Yeah.
What is your take on that, having to have shared the ring with him?
It was a great time sharing with him. You know, like I said, I was injured when I fought him, but it was just good. You know, it was big, but nothing great. And man is very sharp, very strong, and yeah, it's surreal.
Well, what's your take on him fighting Mr. Mario Barrios next? I think that was July.
You know, youth sometimes can be hard on you, but we'll see what Manny can do as far as his training and stuff to be able to keep up with Barrios. So, you know, if anybody can do it, maybe Manny can. You know, I don't know.
No one doubts the magnitude of Manny Pacquiao's boxing career. He's the only man in history to win titles in 8 different weight divisions. His rise from poverty to global superstardom is legendary, but it's precisely because of this iconic IC status that many fans and analysts are worried about his return. They believe his legacy is already sealed. There's nothing left to show. Coming back to fight at the top level after years away could be the clean finish he had previously achieved. The conversation within boxing circles has grown louder as the fight draws near.
Since, like, being a world champion means you are the best in the world. You are the champion of this world at your weight class. We all know right now, at least to me, it's common knowledge that's Jaron Boots Ennis. At 147, he is the best in the world. But he doesn't hold all 4 belts, so he is only one of the 2 or 3, I guess now, world champions. Doesn't make sense to me, and especially when now you're the WBC and you're like, yeah, let's bring in Manny Pacquiao to potentially win a world championship. And let's say he pulls it off by some miracle. Are we going to put Manny Pacquiao in there with Boots Ennis? Is that what we're going to do? I hope not. And again, this is not me trying to be a hater. It's just, I don't want to see Manny get hurt. And Barrios, you know, not the biggest puncher in the world, but he can hurt it badly. He is a volume puncher, and he will be in there against a guy that, again, isn't a natural 147. Even if he finished his career at 147, that's not where Manny was his best self. He's definitely going to be at a massive size disadvantage here. Height, reach, everything. Again, when Manny was in his prime, or, you know, honestly, when he was still in his late 30s and early 40s before he retired, he could have handled that. His speed was still there. The consistency was still there. He wasn't running for political office and doing all this other stuff and taking time off. We see this time and time again. When a boxer retires, takes a long time off, and then comes back, it usually, again, outside of George Foreman, rest in peace to the GOAT, it usually doesn't go well. And I don't think this is going to either. And it's clear to me that this is done for, you know, a staging of an event versus the actual competitive nature of the fight. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and that Manny still has it, but I'm just going to go with what makes the most sense. The WBC and whoever they partner with on this is going to try to sell tickets off of it. Okay, that's fine, but what's the point of the belt if this is the match?
Experts warned that Pacquiao's combination of age, inactivity, and the strength of his opponent could be a recipe for disaster. Some have gone as far as to say that sanctioning bodies like the WBC should step in to reconsider the fight's approval. The concern isn't just about losing, it's about the chance of a brutal knockout that could cause lasting damage. This comeback has sparked star fights that are clearly exhibitions.
So Manny Pacquiao's gonna get knocked out by Mario Barrios. And I get it, like, Mario Barrios is like far from a good fighter. Mario Barrios is one of the worst champions in all of boxing, but Manny Pacquiao is so old, bro. I think a lot of you guys forget Manny Pacquiao fought last year and he arguably lost to like a Muay Thai kickboxer dude. Like, this dude wasn't even a boxer. Yes, he was really big, but the dude was just not a boxer. Honestly, I think the WBC should call this fight off. I think it's not too late to kind of go back on your word and let's call this one off. This fight should not be sanctioned by anybody. This fight should not be allowed. At least Mario Barrios should be stripped of his WBC title for defending it against a 46-year-old. Is there a slim chance Manny Pacquiao is able to outmaneuver him and maybe outpoint him, punch, around him. Yeah, maybe. But realistically, it won't happen. But if he does, I think it will solidify him as the greatest boxer of all time. No questions about it. I think if he does win this fight, it would put him clearly over Ali, Ray Robinson, Ray Leonard, and Floyd Mayweather. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on how y'all feel about this fight.
Pacquiao's return is positioned as a genuine title shot. Some purists say it sends the wrong message about boxing standards. They think it sets a troubling pattern where spectacle and revenue are prioritized over athletic merit. Comparisons have been made to Tyson versus Paul, but critics say at least that was a novelty.
It's 100% disrespectful. This is a clown fight. This is a more clown fight than the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. This is an outrage. People should be up in arms about this fight. This is so disrespectful. Barrios loses this fight. He should quit boxing. You let Manny Pacquiao, an old dude who stopped boxing, and then you're his first fight back. You are disrespectful as a champ.
Carl Frampton, known for his candid takes, described the fight as a poor choice by everyone involved. He expressed disbelief that a legend like Pacquiao would return under such circumstances, implying the reason might not be pure competition. Frampton thinks that the risks to health and reputation far outweigh the reward. His blunt statement that the bout is a joke reflects a view shared by many veterans who see returning to the ring after retirement as dangerous and unwise, especially when it appears to be driven by something other than the love of the sport.
It's a joke, really. There's the thought. It's an absolute joke. I love Manny Pacquiao. Love everything about him. An all-time great in terms of what he's done previous, but that doesn't entitle you to just walk back in after 6 years and get a number 4 ranking with the WBC and fight for a world title. What about all the other guys that are waiting around? It's wrong. We seen Manny Pacquiao fight an exhibition against a kickboxer in his last fight, and kickboxers can't box, right? I've seen world champion kickboxers coming and sparring boxers. They can't box. They can kick, but they can't, and they can kick and box a little bit. They can't really box, and Manny didn't look great. I mean, yep, I don't know. The WBC, I think we have a lot of time for him, Richie O'Sullivan, but I think it's a mistake, really do, and they should be quite embarrassed allowing a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao straight in for a world title.
Mario Barrios starts this fight with clear physical advantages. He is younger, taller, and sports a natural reach edge that could be pivotal. His recent activity in the ring ensures his timing and cardio are at peak levels against a 46-year-old Pacquiao who has not fought seriously in years. These factors could become crucial.
Breaking news, Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is official for July 19th in Las Vegas for Barrios' WBC welterweight title. After 4 years off from pro boxing, Pacquiao will try to become the oldest active world champion in boxing at 46 years old and one of the oldest champions in boxing history. Now, this fight has been rumored for quite a while. They tried to make it last year after Pacquiao had an exhibition with Rukia Anpo, but they were never able to finalize a deal. But earlier this year, they re-entered negotiations and they finally made it official now. Now, in terms of the fight itself, Barrios, he's going to have a huge age and size advantage. You know, the guy is 29 years old, right in his physical prime. He's probably going to weigh around 160, 165 pounds on the night of the fight. Whereas Pacquiao, like I said, he's 46 years old. He won't weigh over 145 pounds on the night of the fight. And Barrios, he's just going to try to stay behind the jab and the straight shots and use that youth to win in the fight. Now, what I will give Pacquiao is he does have a huge IQ advantage, and Barrios' defense didn't look that great in his last fight. But still, the age is the main factor, but you guys let me know. Are you excited for Manny's return, or is it too risky at his age?
When news broke that Manny Pacquiao had received WBC approval to fight for the welterweight title, the boxing world responded with a mix of surprise and apprehension. Some fans were ecstatic at the idea of watching a live legend fight again, while others questioned the decision's logic. Mauricio Sulaiman's confirmation gave it legal weight, but concerns about health and fairness haven't faded. For every admirer hoping for a miracle, there are critics wondering if it is a misstep that could undo years of honor made through sweat and sacrifice.
The WBC president Mauricio Sulaiman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins. 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09, Ricky Hatton, all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, you know. I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I ask myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter? You know what I mean? Mario Barrios, who is the current champion, the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say, but anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, talk about this.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion. So who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. He wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Why does he come out of retirement and get a WBC title shot in his first fight?
Because it's something that WBC has respected. Sugar Ray Leonard was retired 4 years when he requested to fight Marvin Hagler and defeated Hagler. So we do have that provision in the rules. A legendary champion with the credentials such as Manny Pacquiao. He has been medically cleared, licensed by Nevada, so we have voted in favor to allow that fight to happen.
This upcoming fight isn't just about titles. It marks a symbolic passing of the torch. Pacquiao, a face of boxing's golden age, is stepping into the ring against Barrios, a fighter from today's era. The emotional weight of that symbolism makes the event more compelling but also more worrisome. The physical toll that boxing takes is real and brutal. Pacquiao's return wasn't just a headline, it became a global topic of discussion. His choice, to fight again, especially after a decisive loss in 2021, shocked fans and pundits alike. With the WBC title in the picture, it adds weight to what many feared might be another goodbye stunt, but for Pacquiao, it is one more chance to end on his own terms.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel in partnership with sharpbetting.co.uk, your home for all your betting tips and in-depth analysis for boxing, football, basketball, horse racing and many different sporting events. So yeah, if you're a big sports fan who likes the occasional bet, please make sure to check out the great lads at sharpbetting.co.uk in the description below. It's me, Niall, just here giving you a quick reaction to the huge breaking news that was announced yesterday by WBC President Mauricio Suleiman that the legendary Manny Pacquiao, the multi-weight world champion, will make a sensational return to the ring in July in a world title fight against the WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. Date yet to be confirmed. Venue yet to be confirmed, but it looks like it will be in July and in Las Vegas. Yeah, massive news announced yesterday by the WBC president, and you know, it was so out of left field. You know, Pacquiao hasn't fought professionally since 2021. That was 4 years ago. He was 41 at the time. And of course, he lost to Yordenis Ugas.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.